Hey everyone, it's Mia and today's video is going to be all about economics at Bath. So this has been requested quite a lot after I uploaded my video on what Bath University is like. So yeah, this video is going to be all about economics specifically. What I'm going to say is what my week would be, like what I do in a week, like as uni work. Talk about the workload, optional modules that you can pick, placements. Also, I've been asked quite a few questions on my Instagram about applying, so my personal statement, which unis I applied to, just stuff like that. So I'll be answering all of those. I will either link a place where you can read my personal statement down below, or I will just put it in the description. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. And let's just get started. So first thing I'm going to say is what I did in each semester. In both semesters you have to do 4 modules that are already chosen for you, and then you get to pick one other one. So you do 5 altogether. So the ones that you have to do in semester 1 they have more elaborate unit names, but I'm just going to say what it actually is. So you have to do maths, statistics, modern world economy and macroeconomics. And then you get a choice between law, accounting and international development as the optional, and I chose law. Obviously you don't need to know anything about law beforehand, it's an introduction to law. So in terms of contact hours, for maths, statistics and macroeconomics, those are 3 separate modules. You would have 2 hours of lectures per week, either in one 2-hour lecture or 2 separate 1-hour lectures, and 1 seminar. So in the lectures they basically just talk to you, show a PowerPoint slide, they might do some workings on the thing where you can write and then it goes on the board. I can't remember what they're called. So in the lectures you can ask questions to interact, but it's not that common to. Economics is probably one of the biggest courses at Bath, so in your lecture theatre there'd be 300 people or over 300 people, so it's not that interactive because I feel most people are a bit too scared to ask a question or contribute when there's 300 people there. So maths is quite self-explanatory. So in the first semester it's differentiation, integration, matrices, it's a lot of A-level stuff, but it's just different to A-level, they just use different symbols. It's just all also it has to be applied in an economics context, which you wouldn't have done in school, so it is quite confusing. I find the maths and statistics the hardest modules, because I'm more good at the economics where you write essays and stuff. I would say I'm decent at writing economics essays and doing all the analysis, you know, all the more English side rather than the maths side. So yeah, for me the maths and statistics is quite hard, and I would say that that's quite a popular opinion, that it's hard. And then macroeconomics is relatively easy. If you've done A-level economics, it'll be really easy to understand. But again, it's just different symbols, different way of working things out, so it can be a bit confusing. So yeah, obviously you have the lectures, and then seminars are basically classes of 30 people. But yeah, it'll be 30 or less people, I would say, in your seminars, and that's basically just a class, like you would have in school. So they give you homework. Do they call it homework? I don't think they do call it homework, but they give you homework and you basically do the questions before you go to the class, and then they just go through the answers, so it's really helpful. You obviously I'm not being don't do the work, but you can not do the work and then they just explain how to do it anyway, so it doesn't matter too much if you don't do it. But yeah, I hope no one from the economics department is watching this. And then modern world economy is basically, yeah, it's just to do with world issues, things going on at the moment. So things to do with climate change, the environment, what else? Inequality, poverty, the developing world, things like that, which I really liked that. I really liked that module, and that you don't have a seminar for, it's just a 2-hour lecture every week. And then law, so this was my optional module. I had 2 1-hour lectures in a week, and we didn't have seminars for that. I did like studying law, it was quite interesting, but I probably wouldn't have chosen it if I could go back, just because I would have chosen something that I'm like better at, just to like get a better mark in the exam. Because in law I got 50%, which is a 2-2, so it's not that good. I mean, it doesn't really matter, like the first year grades don't count, but yeah, I probably would have done better in international development. And then in terms of how the assessments work, maths, statistics and microeconomics will be 100% final exam, so your mark will just be whatever you get in January. Modern world economy, we had to do an essay. I quite enjoyed writing that essay. You do have ages to write it, like you have literally, they tell you about it literally 10 weeks before the deadline, so it's fine. And then for law, I had 2 mini online tests. So they were just like open book online tests, and you just like go on Moodle, which is like what they use for everything, and you just select multiple choice answers, and both of those tests contributed 10% towards the final grade, 10% each, and then the final exam was 80%. As for the other optional modules, accounting is 100% exam based, I'm pretty sure, and international development would be an essay as well. I think one thing that they should have said that I would have liked to have known is how they assess you on these optional modules, because I would always choose the modules that are coursework based, just because I'm better at doing essays than I am at exams probably. And I've heard from everyone that everyone hates accounting, but basically the reason why you would want to pick accounting is because some optional modules in 2nd and 3rd year you can't take if you haven't done certain modules this year. But they explain all that to you, so you don't need to worry about that. So semester 1, that is 13 contact hours a week, if that means anything to you. And then in terms of the workload, you would have like probably 1 hour to 2 hours of questions to do for each seminar. Well, actually it varies so much, because for maths and statistics there's quite a lot of like questions that they ask you to do. Like whether you do them or not is obviously your choice, but if you do want to do all the work, then yeah, it will be like probably 2 hours for each seminar for those 2. And then for the micro seminar, it's literally like 5 questions, like you could do it in probably 10 minutes. So yeah, some subjects tell you specific chapters to read of certain stuff, and then some modules are just like, just do some reading or something. And then semester 2, you have to do maths again, which is a 2-hour lecture, 1-hour seminar, same as last semester. Data analysis, which is basically like statistics, but like all on Excel, so you learn how to do Excel, and for that you just have a 1-hour lecture and then a 2-hour computer session, just to like learn how to do Excel and stuff like that. I find that really hard, like I actually don't understand it at all. And also the maths in semester 2, I can't do it, like yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to work on that over the next few weeks before the assessments. But bear in mind, this is just me, like I'm pretty sure no one's finding it like really easy, but I just find this hard, I don't know why. And then you have macroeconomics in 2nd semester instead of micro, and that is 2-hour lecture with the possibility of like 3 hours, so they have like an extra slot in case you don't get through all the work, then they might do like an extra 1-hour lecture, and then a 1-hour seminar for that. Economic policy is the other compulsory module for semester 2. It's all UK based, so it's all just like how they make decisions about things like in the government, Bank of England and stuff, considering like the situation of the UK, and just like policies they implement, how they regulate everything, kind of. I haven't really been to any of those lectures. So for example, right now we are learning about how they're like doing economic policies to deal with coronavirus. So yeah, it's quite like relevant and interesting, and we learned about like the economic policies to do with Brexit, so yeah. And that is a 2-hour lecture and no seminars, so yeah. I would probably prefer that they did a seminar for that, because I would benefit from that. The seminars are really helpful, I would say, like definitely, like even if you don't go to the lecture, go to the seminar, because you can literally get all the info from there. As in like, The main thing is you know how to answer the questions, because that's what you're going to be doing in the exam. So I would say even if you like miss the lecture, then always go to the seminar, because they're really good, I think. Especially for maths and stats, because you just need to know how to do all the questions for them. And the optional module I take in semester 2 is my favourite module of all of them that I've said, and it is development economics. So it's all about less developed countries, how to make their economies more developed, how to like pull people out of poverty, how to reduce inequality of incomes and like gender inequality and stuff. And then also like explaining why all this happens. There's things to do with like happiness studies. Does income correlate with happiness? It's all of that sort of stuff, and that is my favourite area of economics, and yeah, I'm really enjoying that one. And that is 2 hours of lectures and 1 seminar, so yeah. And the other option for semester 2 is corporate finance. I'm not sure if there was another one, if there was another option, but I think it was just development or corporate finance. So semester 2 contact hours are 14 hours a week. Oh, and also you have placement prep in semester 2. So they just like do like CV writing, just all to do with placements. I haven't been to any because I was really set on not doing a placement, but then now I've decided I kind of want to, so I'll have to catch up on those, but it's all on the online stuff. And for economics, all the lectures are recorded, so if you miss one, you can just watch it. I don't think there's any lectures that aren't recorded that I know of in economics. I think they all are. And even the seminars, I think, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure the seminars are recorded as well in economics. Definitely not in every subject, but maybe they're not. But anyway, you can find that out when you get there. Someone asked me how easy is it to go on placement, and the answer is anyone can. So you don't have to apply to go on placement straight away. You can just apply for the normal course, and then when you get there you can decide to do a placement. So for example, I'm considering it, but I don't have to fully say to them that I'm doing a placement until probably a year's time. So when I'm like coming to the end of year 2, because the placement would be in year 3 and then you come back in year 4. And I'm pretty sure all the placement stuff is like you just find it yourself. Like I don't think they give you much help, but if anyone knows more about placements, then like write it in the comments, because I don't actually know whether they like help you find a placement, but I'm pretty sure it's like mostly self-led. Someone asked me the requirements in general for Bath, and I think they meant like obviously you can find the grade requirements online, but whether they let you in with lower grades than that. So for economics it's A star AA, but I got in with A star AB, and I know a lot of people that missed 1 grade. I don't know many people that got in with lower grades than that. I don't know. Like people don't really talk about their grades very much, so I'm not really sure. But I know that people definitely get in with AA or A star AB, but that could vary year to year depending on how many people apply, how well everyone does. So someone asked, is the teaching good? And I mean, I think it is in general. Like every lecturer is so different, honestly. Like you couldn't say that there's like a constant standard between all the lecturers in the economics department or like all the lecturers at Bath, because I just think they're all different, and there's different reasons why you might not like them or might not really like understand their way of explaining things, or you might really understand everything that they're saying and do you know what I mean? Like it's just so mixed. But for the most part I think the teaching is good, and I think the best thing about it is that you have a different seminar teacher to your lecturer. So if you don't understand something in a module, like you could have it explained to you from 2 people, because the lecturer and the seminar teacher are different. Oh, and also you'll have a personal tutor that you'll be asked to meet with them like twice a year or 3 times a year or something. And it is optional to meet with your personal tutor, but they just recommend doing it because they're the people that would write a reference for you. So like you kind of want them to think that you're good and like actually know who you are. One of the questions I got is the maths significant in economics? And the answer is yes. Like I did not realise how much maths there would be, because at A level there's literally none. It would be like a percentage change or something. It's, oh my god, it's so so different. But I would say just don't let that put you off, because like you can always learn how to do things. Like you have so much time to learn how to do it, so I think it will be fine. I'm not particularly good at the maths part. I mean, I got an A in maths at A level. I did further maths in first year of like AS, further maths. So I wasn't bad at maths before, but I wasn't anything special. Don't let like the maths part put you off, because you can always learn how to do it. Like there's so many people you can go to and have them explain things to you. So many books to read, so many questions to practice. Someone asked which unis I applied to and how did I know if they were good for economics. So I applied to Oxford, Bristol, Bath and Nottingham and Loughborough. So I didn't get into Oxford, which I'm kind of glad about. I would have hated to go there. I mostly applied to Oxford just because I love the city so much. If the city of Oxford had a university that was like between, almost like a Russell Group level university, like almost like between the levels of Oxford and Oxford Brixton, I would have gone there. Like I love the city so much. But yeah, I'm so glad I didn't get into Oxford, because I'm just not motivated enough. Like I wouldn't have done the work. So yeah, I feel like you just have to be like so passionate and like really like love working to go there, and I'm just not like that at all. Like I don't mind doing it, but I'm not good enough. So yeah, I applied to Oxford, Bristol, Bath, Nottingham and Loughborough. And someone said, how do you know these were good for economics? And the answer is, I looked in the top 10 universities for economics. So it is Cambridge, Oxford, Warwick, St Andrews, London School of Economics, University College London, Bath, Durham, Nottingham, Exeter. I think Bristol and Loughborough were a bit higher up last year, but even so they're still in the top 15. So yeah, what I did is I just looked at the top 10 to 15 unis for the course I wanted. I ruled out all the London ones because it was too expensive basically. Ruled out St Andrews because it's ages away. And yeah, I basically just picked 5 that I liked the look of, or like liked the look of the cities. I probably did pick it mostly on the cities, if I'm honest. Although I've heard that Loughborough isn't like that nice in terms of like the town, like not that much to do. Anyway, that's irrelevant. But actually the only reason I applied to Loughborough was because it was the only one I could find that was lower grades than A-star AA. And someone said, how many open days did you go to? So I only went to the open days of the unis I wanted to apply to. I don't know why I did it like that. Like I know that loads of people went to loads of open days and then chose which to apply to, but I just chose which to apply to and then went to the open days, and I liked all of them. Apart from I didn't go to Loughborough, so I went to the Oxford, Bristol, Bath and Nottingham open days. And the reasons I chose Bath were the city is beautiful and it's like nice and like cute and like safe, love that sort of thing. And also because of the placements, and which is kind of ironic because I decided then I didn't really want to do a placement, but now I'm considering it again. In Bath, pretty much everyone goes on placement, like so many people do. I think something like 80% of students go on placement at Bath, so that was another, like one of the main reasons I went, is because like they just have really good opportunities for that. And the last questions I have got is all about my personal statement. I will make sure that you can read that and I'll put it in the description. So yeah, I think that is everything I have to say about economics at Bath. I hope this is helpful. If you've got any more questions, leave it down below, because I've just answered questions of like people that have messaged me on Instagram, questions like on my YouTube channel, and just like the basics really. Like I'm not sure if you really need to know any much more detail than that, because I didn't know any of that really before I went, and I love it. So I don't know. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! This couldn't happen